Hello everyone, welcome to the Archipelago live stream. I'm Liam, one of the preset developers here at Archipelago, makers of Lightroom presets and creative profiles. So this is another Quest stream. I'll be showcasing the brand new Quest set, which is Quest 40 Delmare. This set came out a couple of days ago to Quest subscribers, so members can go ahead and download this set for free as part of their membership immediately. So it's available right now. So I'm going to be doing a live edit with the set today, just showcasing what's included, how to use it and get the most out of it, and of course answering any questions that you might have in the live chat there. So welcome to the stream. So Quest 40 Delmare, it's a set that's inspired by modern movie director Wes Anderson's visual style. It has a really nice pastelic color palette and really nice soft tonality to it, nice haziness and whimsical look to it. So I'll be showcasing that to you today, and of course answering any questions you might have on the preset collection, how to use them and get the most out of them, all that good stuff. So we'll get into that shortly. If you are tuning in live, do jump in the chat and say hello. I know Paul was on nice and early. Welcome, Paul. Sarah's on, Erin's on, Daniel's on. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So you might have heard our big news at Archipelago. We actually announced around about a week ago our brand new core lineup of presets. So we've launched an entire new lineup of core presets, along with a brand new website design, a new logo, and a bunch of other stuff. So that forms our new core preset lineup. It covers off Light and Truth, which is our color accurate preset collection. We have Light and Legacy, which is our filmic preset collection. Light and Ochre, which is our earthy preset collection, and Light and Ember, which is our moody preset collection. So 4 brand new sets covering those 4 different styles. We've also got tool sets that are live on there as well. So we have a border preset collection that's a tool overlay. We also have a wedding tool set and a portrait tool set. We've also got a little placeholder for limited edition sets. We'll be releasing some limited edition sets via the website that will be available for a limited period of time. We've got the first limited edition set ready to go. So you're going to see that's going to go live at some point soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to be our first limited edition set. And all that's over at archipelagopresets.com. So we've launched all that new stuff over the course of the last week. Over at archipelagopresets.com. So go and check out that brand new website design, those new presets. And like I said, we've got a nice new logo, which you can see just to the side of me here. Now we'll be doing a giveaway in this live stream like we always do. And we'll be giving away one of these t-shirts featuring that brand new logo. Now I gave 4 of these away on the live stream where I did a sneak peek of those new sets. We gave 4 of those t-shirts away. So only 4 people in the world currently have one of these. They're totally brand new. So if you are tuning live and you keep chatting away in that live chat that you see to the side, you're in with a chance of getting your hands on one of these exclusive t-shirts. So like I said, all you need to do is just hit subscribe on the channel, give the video a like, and then jump into the live chat and say hello. Keep chatting away as we go through the stream. We'll be choosing from all the people in that chat box to win a free t-shirt. So I'll announce that at the end of the stream. So stick around until the end to find out if you have won one of those exclusive t-shirts. And yeah, jump in and say hello. Daniel said the new core set collection is awesome. I already have one in sight. Love that, Daniel. Which one have you got your eye on? I'd love to know. Una said, I'm in love with the new logo. Congrats. Thank you so much. Great stuff. All right, so let's switch across to the editing screen here in Lightroom so you can see the images that I've selected for this live stream. So I've got 8 different images from 7 different photographers to edit with today, just showcase a nice variety of different scenarios with the Delmare preset collection. Like I said, this set released a couple of days ago onto our Quest subscription. If you want to find out more about Quest, you can head to archipelagoquest.com. You can read all about what the membership entails and sign up as well. But essentially, we release a new preset collection each month that's free for members to download. So like I said, this is Quest 40. It's our 40th Quest set to release, and it's free to download from members. So you can sign up, become a member. You can do either 3-month or 6-month rolling subscription. And then each month we release a new set that's free for you to download. In addition, you can also purchase sets that were released prior to your subscription. We also have bonus sets that you can purchase on top of the free set there as well. So make sure to check all that out. We had our Sunset Enhancer tool set available as an optional purchase that released a couple of weeks ago. And that's gone down an absolute storm. People have been loving that set. So that's available to purchase on there as well. That's a tool set that helps you to enhance your sunset imagery with sky enhancers. And you can even inject a sun into your image if there wasn't one in the image. So very, very cool tool set. You can check that out, Sunset Enhancer. That's available for members to purchase. Hi, can't wait to see you edit with Delmare. Thank you, Christy. Welcome to the stream. Laurie's on as well. Hello, can't wait to learn more from you, Liam. Great stuff. All right, so let's dive in then. Let's start the editing. So I'm going to open this first image here. This image is from Thomas. You can see the photographer's name at the top left along with their Instagram handle and the EXIF data. And that'll be the same as we go through the rest of the images here. All right, so let me start by just setting the white balance and exposure, and then we can take a look at the presets that are included in Delmare. So I'm going to bring the exposure up a good amount here, somewhere around there, but the white balances are looking good. I'm happy with that. So let's take a look at Delmare 1. So as with all the Quest sets, we have 3 different base preset variations. And then we've also got some tools on top of that. So let's take a look at those base preset variations first. So Delmare 1. So really, really nice color tonality. You can see it has that nice pastel look to the colors. It's got a nice softness to it as well. A balanced amount of contrast with this particular variation. And then as we go through the other 2, we have Delmare 2, which gives a little bit more contrast. So you can see the blacks are a little bit deeper. The whites are a little bit brighter there as well. And then we have Delmare 3, which goes the other way. It just softens everything up and gives this nice kind of dreamy glowiness to the image. So they're your 3 variations. So again, Delmare 1, nice and balanced. Delmare 2, a little bit more contrasty. And Delmare 3, a little bit softer. So for this, I'm going to go for Delmare 3. I'm going to go for that soft look. I'm going to bring the exposure up just a tiny little bit more, and then we'll take a look at the tools that are included. So we have 3 espresso tools included with this set, and they're designed to go over the top of those base presets. So if I go ahead and hover over espresso 1, you can see it injects that really nice soft warmth over the image, very reminiscent of a recent Wes Anderson film, Asteroid City. Has that really nice soft warmth to it, and that's what this espresso preset offers. And again, 3 variations of this. So we have espresso 1, espresso 2, and espresso 3. So just different levels of softness with that warmth that's injected in over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and apply, let's go for espresso 2 on this. Now, because they are sort of overlays or kind of tools, you can dial the amount with the preset amount slider. So up at the top left of the preset panel, you have the preset amount slider. So I can back this off if I want less of that effect or increase it for more of that effect. So I'm going to back it off just a little bit, about there, 86. And then we also have the creative profile. So that's called Delmare. It's set to 100 as default. Now you're going to find the creative profile in the top right of the basic panel. And if I drag this to the left, you can see we get a little bit more contrast and definition in the image. So it kind of gives a little bit of a different shape. If I drag it to the right, it softens up those shadows and pulls back the highlights for a little bit of a softer dynamic to the image. So you can choose exactly what type of dynamic you want to go for. And I think for this, increasing it, just lifting up those shadows, bringing down those highlights and going for a little bit more of a softer look really complements this image. So I'm going to go back there, 152. So that's Delmare 3. Profile set to 152, and then I've used espresso 2 and just brought the intensity of that back to about 86. And then we have one other tool included, which is called the grain minus plus. And if I go ahead and zoom in on this image, try and zoom in a bit more actually so you can see. Let's have a look there. We've got grain minus plus. If I give that a click, it's going to apply grain to the image. And then from there, I can use a preset amount slider to either decrease it or increase the amount. So we can set exactly the amount of grain that we want to add to this image. So I'm going to back it off just a little, about there, 85 on the preset amount slider. And that's the final image. So again, this was with Delmare 3. Creative profile increased to about 152. We used espresso 2, just brought the effect back a little bit. And then we've added grain with the grain minus plus tool and just backed that off a tiny bit there as well. So this is the unedited image. And this is the edit. And I'm going to show you that side by side as well. So those lovely, nice pastel colors, that really nice softness to the image there as well. If I go ahead and zoom in, we can see, if I go to 100, so you can see the subjects nice and clearly. Got a nice amount of grain there and just a really nice softness between the shadows and the highlights. Very, very dreamy and whimsical. Carola said, love the espresso tools, especially espresso is my favorite drink. Yes, there you go. Fuel for your editing. You can be drinking espresso while editing with an espresso. Hello, excited to see this. Welcome, Mary. Thank you. Warm is my vibe. That's from Daniel. Love this profile. Really makes a difference in what you can do with your image. Yeah, it's lovely to have the creative profiles. Obviously, every creative profile in each set is going to do something different. That's the beauty of the creative profiles. They can combine a multitude of different effects into one simple slider. So obviously every single set offers something slightly different, but with this one, obviously you can shift the dynamic of the image. Again, pulling it to the left will give you more contrast, more clarity to the image. Dragging it to the right will give you more softness and also bring up the shadows, bring down the highlights. So stunning, amazing, so beautiful, lots of love. Gary said, love the variety of tools and presets that the Archipelago team release every month. Yes, Gary, love that. Thank you so much. All right, so here we go, before and after. That's the first image edited. All right, so let's roll on to the next image, this one from Anna. So I think for this, I'm going to back the warmth off just a tiny little bit, go for something a little bit more neutral. Exposure, I think is probably good actually. I'll leave it at the default. So let's take a look at the Delmare presets. So Delmare 1, really, really nice. Delmare 2. Quite a different look there on this image. You can see there's quite a big difference between those two. And then Delmare 3 for that softer look. I'm going to go for Delmare 2. I like the extra little bit of punch it offers. Something a little bit different on this image. And then let's take a look at the espressos. So we have espresso 1, very rich. Espresso 2. And then espresso 3. I'm going to go for espresso 1. So I can maintain that contrasty look. I'm just going to back off the amount a little bit, about 75. And then I'm going to play with the creative profile. So again, it's set to 100 as default. If I bring it to the left, bring it to the right, you can see you can completely change the dynamic of the image. I'm going to just back it off a little bit. And that's going to bring a little bit more shape to the image. So less of that kind of muted matte look, a little bit more of a kind of a defined look. Grain, let's add a bit of grain on this. In fact, I think the default is looking super nice. It's just a nice subtle amount of grain, just bringing some texture in there. So zoom in, let's take a look at before and after. So it's injecting that nice warmth with the espresso preset. Obviously the Delmare 2 base preset is giving us a nice level of contrast. So you can kind of edit in a few different ways. It's a very versatile set. I know I say this quite a lot with our presets, but a lot of them are very versatile. So this set included, you can kind of go for something a little bit more color accurate by just using the base Delmare presets. Or you can go for something more sort of stylized by adding in those espresso presets over the top and kind of getting that nice warm hazy look to it. So we'll see that with another image. I'll kind of edit one a little bit more naturally. So it still has the pastel color tone, still has that nice vibrant look to it, but a little bit more natural because you can kind of go both ways. This image pairs well with this set. Love the tones. Subject pops beautifully. Just got a new subscriber there. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. If you stick around for about a minute or so, you'll be able to jump in the chat and say hello. So do jump in and say hello. But it'll take about a minute before it lets you get in there. We are, of course, doing a giveaway in the live chat. We always like to do those on the live streams. So if you are tuned in live, just keep chatting away in the live chat box there. Just make sure you give the video a like as well. And we'll be choosing from the people in that live chat to win a free Archipelago t-shirt. So make sure you stick around, keep chatting. This photo is amazing. That's from Laurie. Yes, could not agree more. It's beautiful. Cracking edit. Thank you, Gary. So let's take a look at the before and the after. You can also see with this as well, and this will only apply to certain people, depending on what camera you're using, all that kind of stuff. But you'll notice with this image, it does apply a lens correction. That's built into the presets as default. So as soon as you apply a Delmare preset, it will activate lens corrections. Now, the reason I say that it'll only apply to some people is a lot of cameras now, a lot of newer cameras will actually apply lens correction as default in the file. So as soon as you import it, lens correction is already activated. And what lens correction does is it just fixes any distortion that's introduced from the lens and also any vignette that's introduced, so darkening of the corners. So like I said, for newer cameras, that's typically on as default, but there are still plenty of cameras out there that don't have that functionality, which means you need to go in and activate that. But with it being built into the Delmare presets, it just gives you that really nice sort of clean starting point. So it's quite handy to have if your camera doesn't automatically apply it. So you can see that being rendered here. It's just straightening out the distortion and then getting rid of the darkening in the corners, which is just a nice touch to give you that nice vibrant look. I'll show you the side by side there as well. Lauren pointed out, I love how Delmare feels like Opalescent and Nomad had a baby. Love that observation. It certainly does. It's got the warmth of Nomad and it has that vibrant pastel look of Opalescent. We have a few pastel presets in the Quest lineup. So Opalescent is one. I absolutely love that one. We've got Botanica as well. We've got this one. So there's a few, if you like that sort of pastel look, there are a few presets you might want to go and check out if you haven't already got those. How can you ever stick to one look with everything amazing you guys bring out every month? Yeah, I know it's difficult, right? It's difficult. I think it's nice though, because it just gives you that creative flair. You know, it's the thing that keeps us as photographers engaged. You know, us, all the team here at Archipelago, we're all photographers, so we know how it gets sometimes, especially when it's super busy and you're just kind of churning through all the work. We love doing the work, of course, but just a nice way to keep us engaged in our passion is to have these sort of new editing tools and new different kind of directions to go and play around with your edit. So that's what we love about creating these tools for you. So again, before and after, that one from Anna, really stunning image. So let's move on to the next one. This one is from Fabrizio. I'm going to go ahead and just straighten this up a little bit. Somewhere around about there is looking good. This is a great kind of image for this kind of look. It has a really nice colorful look with the luminous yellow in the background, pink in the suit there. Really lovely. I'm going to bring the exposure up just a tiny touch, but the white balance is spot on, so I don't need to play around with that at the moment. And then let's take a look at the presets. So Delmare 1, super nice. You can really get a sense of that pastel look with this. It's just lifting those shadows, giving a nice amount of saturation and vibrancy to the colors. Delmare 2 and Delmare 3. I think it's got to be Delmare 1 on this one. I'm going to go ahead and play with the creative profile first. So again, you can see how we can shift the overall dynamics of the image. I think for this, I'm actually going to bring a little bit more contrast back in. It also pushes a little bit more of the kind of richness of the colors into the image as well. So I'm bringing that down to about 77. And then we'll see if we want to use one of the espressos on this. Let's have a quick look. So espresso 1, espresso 2, and espresso 3. So they do a really nice job of giving that warm, overall kind of consistent hazy look to it. But actually, I think because of the colors in this, they already sort of sing too much for me to kind of mute them with espresso. So I don't think I'd use espresso on this. I'd go for a little bit more of a natural look. I would maybe just push the saturation up just a tiny bit more, about there, just because I think you can get away with it on this image. So just increase that to 8. I'm going to add, oh, not espresso, I'm going to add grain, and I'm going to go for a very subtle amount of grain. So I'm going to bring that down to about 40. And I think that looks super nice. This is before. And this is after. That's with Delmare 1. Decreased the profile just a little bit to add a bit more contrast into the image. Added a tiny little bit of grain by just applying the grain preset and then backing it off. And then just added a little bit more saturation. And I think this looks super nice. Let's go ahead and zoom in so we can see a nice close-up. Skin tone's looking really nice. Again, just love the way it's rendering all those colors that are there already in the image. This is before, this is after. Just really, really nice. I also love the way it kind of introduces some blues into the more neutral areas. So like these areas here in the background, they get a little bit of like a tealy blue color, which I think offsets against the warm yellows and pinks. Just really, really beautiful. Again, here's the side by side. Danny said, love this shot. Gary said, ooh, this one is going to be cool. Danny said 3. Yeah, 3 is really nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at 3. So this is Delmare 3. That's a little bit more of a muted look to it, both in the tonality and also the colors get backed off a little bit. Very nice. Such a vibrant edit. Yes, Mary. Lakeen, I'm new to Archipelago and also a Quest member, but I am in love with everything you guys bring to the table. Found you guys on Facebook. Love that so much. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining the community, for becoming a Quest member. I hope you love your membership so far. We've got lots of amazing stuff to come. You can also, obviously, if you've only just recently subscribed, just an FYI, you can also go and purchase previously released sets that were released via Quest. So if you go and have a little look through the archive, you can see there are some incredible sets that you missed maybe before you signed up. You can go ahead and purchase those either individually, or we have some really good bundles on there. There's some style bundles, or you can get the entire first year of Quest in a bundle, and you save a good amount of money by doing one of those bundle purchases. So definitely go and check those out. Awesome. So let's have a look at the next image. This one is from Rebecca. I love the styling in this image. Really, really cool makeup and outfits and just everything about it. The way the subject's leaning on the chair, super, super cool. I'm going to add a little bit more warmth into this, and I'm going to bring the exposure up just a bit here so we can make sure we see the subject. And then let's take a look. So we've got Delmare 1. Very, very nice. Delmare 2. That's also looking very good. And then Delmare 3. I actually probably would struggle to decide on this. I think Delmare 1's very nice for a more natural look. Delmare 2 adds that punchy kind of contrast and definition. Delmare 3, we've got that softer, kind of more nostalgic look. What are we saying? Catherine said 2 is lovely. Let's take a look at 2. I do like that. Richard said love 2. I think 2 might be the one. We'll see what people say. Again, this is 1. This is 2, and this is 3. All right, yeah, 2 is the winner. So let's go with 2. I'm going to bring the exposure up just a little bit more, just to make sure that we've got a nice, well-exposed subject. We can go ahead and take a look at the creative profile now. So we can either go to the left or to the right. I think to the left. Let's just roll with that kind of more contrasty, punchy look. So we've gone for Delmare 2 already, which has given that, but I'm going to bring the profile to the left, which is going to enhance that element as well. You can also see there's a little bit more. If I bring it back to the middle and then back to the left, you can see it just defines the kind of the light that's coming in through the window there a little bit more as well. So I think bringing that down, bring up the exposure a tiny little bit. And then I think an espresso is going to look really good on this. So let's take a look. Espresso 1, espresso 2, and espresso 3. I'm going to go 3, so I'm going to kind of go the opposite way. We've added that contrast in, but I'm going to go for espresso 3, which has that sort of soft look to it. I'm going to bring the amount down a little bit, just so we're getting some of the warmth, but not loads of it. I'm going to bring the tint to the left as well, just because I want to kind of balance out the warm tones in the image. I think somewhere around there looks good to me. And then I'm going to go for a good amount, a healthy dose of grain on this, I think. I'm going to bring the grain up to about 140. So this is before, and this is after. That's with Delmare 2. We've brought the creative profile down to 9. We've used espresso 3 and just backed off the intensity. And then we've added some grain and increased the amount of that grain. So if I zoom in, we can see the grain there and also that color palette. If I show you the before and after, really, really nice amount of softness to this as well. There's the side by side. Super, super nice. And again, if I take a look at the grain, if I bring it to the left, you can see if you want to bring more of the detail back into the image, you can do that by just reducing the amount of that kind of hazy grain that's being introduced. So I'm going to bring it back down a little bit. I don't want it to be too blurry. So I'm going to go back there, 110, just so we don't soften things up too much, but we still have the grain in the image. Museum quality image. Love that. That's a cool description. So again, before and after. I'll zoom back out as well. Creamy and nostalgic. I'm in the mood for a strong espresso now. Love that, Gary. Gary, I think, are you, I might be wrong, but I think you're based in the UK, which means it's about 6:30 in the evening. So maybe now is not the time for an espresso if you want to get to bed on time. Catherine said, so good. Uno reminds me of vintage photos. I think it's my favorite. Lovely stuff. Paul chimed in, very vintage style, beautiful. All right, so there you go, before and after. That one's from Rebecca. Let's take a look at where we're up to. So we're on image number 4 that we've just done. I'll give a second for these two to render the thumbnails, and we can take a look at those first 4 side by side. When they catch up, I think there we go. So let's hit the N key. So that's those first 4 images. Oh, in fact, this one's not caught up. It might do in a minute though. There we go. So first 4 images edited with Delmare so far. All right, so let's go on to the next image. This one's actually the thumbnail for the video. I'm going to go ahead and just crop out the edge of the frame just a bit there. And I think white balance is looking good. Exposure could go up, but I'm going to apply the preset first and then take a look at the exposure because we're there or thereabouts. So let's have a quick look. Delmare 1, Delmare 2, and Delmare 3. I'm going to go for 1 on this. I like the kind of way it's lifting up the shadows and the midtones. Let's take a look at the creative profile. So again, to the left and to the right. I think maybe the default. I think it looks good as it is. Espresso 1, Espresso 2, and Espresso 3. I'm going to go 3, so I'm going to go for the fully soft kind of espresso look. I'm going to keep it quite high. I want to, maybe about 120, and then I'm going to use the creative profile just to kind of bring some shape back into the subjects, bring the overall exposure up just a bit there as well. Love that. It's almost like a coffee stained look to it, hence the name espresso. Gives that nice kind of warm tonality throughout the image. It's injecting a little bit of teal into the background. So again, this is before and after. So it's just pulling out that slight blue cast that's in the background, which is really cool. It's a nice sort of offset against the warmer tones in the skin, the hair, the hat, and the outfits. So that's Delmare. Which one do we go for? 1, Delmare 1. Profile brought down to 70, Espresso 3. And I'm not going to use any grain on this. I want to keep it nice and clean. So again, before and after, and there is the side by side. Just love the way that looks. Here's a little zoom in on the subjects. Super nice, really fun and whimsical. Love these poses. Yes, absolutely. I thought, as soon as I saw this image, I thought it suited the set and that kind of whimsical, fun style it aims for. This image reminds me of Lisa Warren's work. Love that. I think Lisa would be excited to hear that as well. Wild how different they all are in edits. Yeah, nice variety, I think. Definitely offers a nice variety. Love this fun image. I'm obsessed and amazed at the creativity. Thank you so much. All right, so that image was from Blair. Really, really beautiful image. Okay, so next one here, this one from Michelle. And I think for this, I'm going to go for more of a natural look. So I'm going to just use the base presets, the Delmare presets, just so you can kind of see what that looks like in an environment like this. So I'm going to bring the temperature down just a little bit. I think somewhere around there looks good. Let's take a look at the presets. So Delmare 1, really nice. Delmare 2, probably a bit too contrasty for this. Delmare 3 looks nice, but I think Delmare 1 is the winner for me on this. Again, creative profile set to 100. If we bring it to the left, bring it to the right, I think both ways look really nice, but I'm probably going to go to the left just a little bit, just so we can bring out a little bit of definition into the subject's features. And like I said, I'm not going to use espresso on this. I think it does look really, really nice, but I think just to kind of see a slightly different scenario, I might bring the warmth back up just a tiny touch. But I love the way it's popping the greens in the background. It's really enhancing the yellows in the foreground down here as well, and maintaining a really nice skin tone on the subject there as well. And you can see again those sort of neutral areas of the image here in the sky. They just get that nice little tealy blue kind of cast, which just gives a little bit of a cinematic look to the image. I would probably add a bit of grain to this, but I'm going to back it off down to about 50. So again, before and after, and there's your side by side. Really vibrant and ethereal, stunning. A hard yes with this stunning image. Yeah, I love that. Lots of love for this image. Again, this one's from Michelle. You can see Michelle's Instagram handle at the top there, as you have with each of the photographers. Do go and support them if you enjoy their image and want to see more of their work. Go and check them out on Instagram. It's always a real pleasure to have amazing images like this for me to edit on these live streams. So we really value the incredible photographers that we get to work with. First preset, I simply wow. No need to tweak, one click, good to go. Love that, Robin. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. Love the skin tones. Thank you, Carola. So again, before and after. Nice, simple edit, just showing what you can do with the base presets and kind of going for a little bit more of a natural but pastelic look. Okay, so this image here, this one's a great one. Really nice, fun kind of color scheme going on in here. I'm just going to straighten things up a tiny bit. I love the, again, the pose. I would probably, let's do a tiny little removal of that. See how good the generative remove is. Saren said, love how simple and beautiful it is. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? All right. So I think for this, the white balance is looking good. Exposure is looking good. I'm going to leave those as they are for now. Let's take a look at the presets. So Delmare 1, really, really nice. Delmare 2, again, nice and punchy. Delmare 3, I think it's got to be 1. I just really like the vibrancy of the colors. Let's take a look. I'm going to go for a little bit of kind of a hazier, softer look. So I'm going to bring the profile up to about 150. It's just bringing in more of the haze of the light in the background and just lifting the shadows up there as well. Let's have a look at the espressos. So espresso 1, espresso 2, and espresso 3. I think I'm going to go for espresso 1 on this. Let's bring it to the left and to the right. I'm going to go for about there, so about 92. So just brought it down just a little bit. So this is before, this is after, and that's with Delmare 1. Creative profile increased to 150, and we've used espresso 1, just backed it off a tiny little bit to 92. And then let's do a little bit of grain. I'm going to bring it down maybe about 70. Let's zoom in and have a look. Yep, that looks super nice to me. So this is before. And this is after. So we get kind of a little bit of a shift because we've added the espresso. It's just warming things up. So that kind of pinky hue is shifting to be more of like a peachy tone, which I think is quite nice. But I love the cohesiveness of this. It's kind of just the only real other color in the image is the slight green color in the window frame here. But then everything else is just kind of the pinks popping through. Just really love the way it's rendering those with Delmare 1 and with espresso 1 as well. There's your side by side. What we're saying, just love the creaminess. Love these tones on this gorgeous photo. You always turn these into classics. Thank you, Danny. I wonder if the photographer dressed her to match the flowers. Super cool. I imagine it was intentional. I think either dressed intentionally for the location or when they spotted the location, they were like, we have to shoot here. But it definitely comes together really nicely, doesn't it? Such retro vibes. Wonderful stuff. So where are we at? Okay, so we've done 7 out of 8 images. We've got 1 more to edit. And then we can take a look at all of the edits side by side. So just as a reminder, if you are tuned in live, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and joining me. It's always nice to have you on board for these live streams. We are doing a giveaway, so you're still in with a chance of winning a free Archipelago t-shirt. All you need to do is make sure you like the video, keep chatting through the rest of the stream, and then after I've edited this last image, we'll be picking from the people in the live chat to win a free t-shirt. So stick around till the end. And just to let you know, obviously I mentioned before about our new core preset lineup of Archipelago presets. Those are all available and live now, so you can go and check out all 4 of those new sets over at archipelagopresets.com. Now, I did a live stream about a week or so ago, just doing a sneak peek of those sets before they launched. Of course, they're now available, and I'll be doing an in-depth live stream for each of those 4 preset collections over the coming weeks, starting with the first one next week. So a week today, so Tuesday next week, I'll be doing a live stream with the Light and Truth preset collection. That's our True Color preset collection. So I'll be doing an in-depth live edit with that set, showcasing what it can do, talking through how to get the most out of those presets and the tools that are included. So if you do want to check that out, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you have your notifications on so you can find out when that's happening. But it's Tuesday next week, same time. That's for the light and truth, and then I'll be doing a live stream each week thereafter covering each of the other sets as well. So make sure you keep an eye on YouTube. Get your notifications on so you can hear about when those are happening. All right, so let's get this last image edited. This one is from David. Such a cool image. I love the way the subjects are posed, and we've got a camel in the photo, which is, you know, it's always a win for me. So let's go ahead and bring up the temperature. I think somewhere around about there. I want to make sure that the deserty kind of colors are coming through, and let's take a look at the preset. So Delmare 1. Really love how it's rendering the sky. If you take a look at the blues, quite rich blues here, just the way it shifts those to that kind of more teal color, definitely very Wes, very reminiscent of that Wes Anderson look. This is Delmare 2 and Delmare 3. I think 3 is looking good on this one. I'm going to go for Delmare 3. Creative profile, let's take it to the left and to the right. I'm going to go for an increase in the profile just so I can lift up those shadows. I might go all the way up to 200 actually. That's looking really good. And then obviously with the espresso overlays, we can really push towards that warm tone Asteroid City look. So let's go for, I think 2. I'm going to go for espresso 2. Let's bring it to the left and to the right. I'm going to go probably the default amount of 100. I think that's a nice amount of warmth being injected to the image there. I'm going to bring the exposure up just a little bit more, just so we can kind of get that light look to it. And let's go for some grain and softness here as well. I'm going to go about there, 75. Super nice. Again, just the way it's rendering the sky. Obviously bringing all that warmth in, which is just helping this kind of the color in the rocks and down in the sand here. And again, there's a camel. What more do you want? There's a camel in the photo. Super cool. So again, that's your side by side. Carola said the new sets are truly magical. I had to get 3 sets and love to play and see what it all does. That's awesome. So much. Thank you so much, Carola. You snagged yourself 3 of our new presets. We worked really hard on those new sets, getting everything prepared. We've created a dedicated tool set to go with each of the preset collections as well. They also come with mobile presets. So we were very excited to finally get them out and everyone get their hands on them, because we worked on them super hard over the course of the last several months. Delmare is amazing on this harsh light capture. Yes, Lauren, Delmare is so good in harsh light, especially because you have those 3 different variations and the creative profile where you can kind of dial the shadow and highlight intensity. So yeah, it works really well in harsh light scenarios. In actual fact, I think in harsh light it looks even better. I think it's super nice. Hot damn, that's from Gary. Oh gosh, this preset set just keeps getting better and better. Thank you, Catherine. Danny said the camel knows how to work the camera. Fun shot. Love that. It definitely matches the sand vibes. Best camel ever. Love that. So again, here's before and here's after. Image from David. Again, Instagram handle up at the top here. So this one was edited with Delmare 1, Espresso 2, cranked all the way up. And then we added a little bit of grain from the grain tool there as well. Before and after. Okay, so let's go back and take a look. We've got all of these 8 images edited now with Delmare. Let's go ahead and show them all side by side. Super pretty. We've got a couple in there that are a little bit more natural. So this image and this one over here are a little bit more of a natural edit, but with the pastel colors. And then obviously the rest of those images you can see there have that really nice espresso color toning over the top there as well, giving that really nice, warm, vibrant look to it. Awesome. So we'll be announcing a winner for free t-shirt in the live chat in just a moment. Again, if I can ask, if you've enjoyed the stream, give the video a like. That just helps for more people to kind of see it and get exposed to it. And like I said, this set is available now as part of our Quest membership. So you can go ahead and subscribe to Quest straight away, and then you'll be able to download this set for free as part of your subscription. And there we go. Lauren has announced the winner of the free Archipelago preset t-shirt, and that's Carola. You have won a free t-shirt. You're going to be one of only 5 people in the world with one of those t-shirts. So you're part of a very exclusive club. So big congratulations to you. Robin said, David Griso, bravo for this amazing shot, and Archipelago Presets took this photo to another level. Clap, clap, clap. Love that, Robin. Thank you so much. Thank you for another fun stream. That's from Sarah. Thank you so much. Daniel said, congrats. Big congrats to the winner of the free t-shirt. We do a giveaway on every live stream. So if you didn't win this time around, don't worry. Come to another live stream. Like I said, I've got another one happening this time next week, and we'll be doing more giveaways on those. And I've got one every week this month. So make sure to come and join another live stream. They're always fun to do. Nice way to connect with the community, see the sets in action, all that good stuff. And it's nice if we can do something like a giveaway where you could get your hands on some free swag as well. Carola said, OMG, thank you so much. I will wear it proudly. Looking forward to seeing that. Maybe get yourself a selfie if you can, and share it in the Archipelago Collective Facebook group. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the stream. As a reminder, if you do want to share your edits, do head over to that Facebook group. It's called Archipelago Collective. That's where our community share images, get feedback, all that good stuff. So we'd love to see your images edited with this brand new set, Quest 40 Delmare. And then, like I said, come and join me for another live stream next week. But thank you so much to everyone for joining this one, and I'll see you soon.